Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everybody for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for listening in the podcast. I just wanted to say thank you for subscribing and following me on Spotify, subscribing on the YouTube channel, following me on the Apple Podcast, iHeart Radio, and everywhere else where you get to listen, Amazon Podcasts, all of that. Anywhere else where you get to listen this podcast. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for answering my questions too on Spotify. I really love seeing your comments. I also love coming to YouTube and looking at the comments and you're answering the posts that I put there. Really means a lot to see that are that I can see that people are listening to this that I do now. So I just wanted to say that first. Thank you so much for doing that. Really means a lot. If you guys listen to the previous episode, I just can't, man. I'm telling you, this is the year of exposure. 2024, as we say, is the year of exposure. There's a lot of things that are coming to the surface, a lot of things that God have been revealing to me since the beginning of the year about certain people in my life, their real true intentions, all of that stuff. The things that I was doing, thinking that I was welcoming places, but I was actually not. And just overall, here's the thing. And before I tell you what this episode is about, here's the thing though. There's a lot of people, including Christians specifically, who think that they're going to do things behind your back, and you, as a child of God who is saved from eternal damnation, can come to the Father and pray, God, reveal to me these people. Are these people like real? Do they have good intentions towards me? You, as a child of God, when the Bible says, pray, seek, and ask, and it will be answered to you, and you come to the Father and you pray about certain things that's happening in your life, and people think that they're going to do all this behind the scenes work and God is not going to reveal to you who they truly are. It's insane for people who actually believe that, right? So this is the year of exposure, and here I am, guys, once again talking about another case, and this time it's a nurse who worked at a nursing home. Okay, and if you've been listening to some of my episodes, I did speak about nursing homes, and I always say check on your people. My mom was in a nursing home, and me and my sister will alternate every single day to be there, right? And if we couldn't make it, somebody will be there, like another family member, or we have somebody else who will go just to like bring her food and to get kind of like a feedback to us. How did you see her? Who was there working? Anything, right? So it's very important for you, especially in the times that we're living in right now, guys. If you have a kid in a daycare, if you have family members in nursing homes, even if you have people, working for you in your homes while you go to work, I'm actually gonna get some water real quick. Pardon me. Excuse me, I just got my throat just became dry for some reason. But um, so anything like that, I just want to say, do your due diligence to check on your people. There's a lot of people who use flattery because they need a job, whatever. Um, I'm not saying not to trust people, but to have diligence, because right now there's a lot of people dealing with mental illness, and because of that, and the crazy times that we're living in, um, you just have to do your due diligence. And if you have a hunch about somebody that perhaps is working for you in your home, who is a babysitter for you, who you see working at the nursing home where you have a family member who is there, and you get this weird feeling, check, ask, look for changing behavior from your family members, anything like that. Because, like I said, we're living in crazy times. Right now, I'm going to tell you about this nurse who worked at a nursing home. This nurse was just sentenced to life in prison because she was administrating, giving patients additional insulins that they don't even need. Okay, you know how crazy that is? That's straight from the devil's workshop. I don't even know how to say it. for you, like when people I'm so familiar with nursing homes because my mom used to be in one of them, and like I said, we will go regularly, like every day. So you see the people, it's almost like you will see like other patients, and you see that a lot of them, they don't even get visitations, and everybody's so vulnerable in the nursing home, right? I think that a lot of the times when you reach that level where you have to make the hard decision to have somebody that you love living in a nursing home, is because they reached a level of care that is 24/7, right? That you no longer can provide because you have a job, you don't have the space, you don't have the money, you live far away, whatever the circumstances is. So people, a lot of the times, people in nursing homes, they need help 24/7. That's why they're there. A lot of the times they have a mental illness, they don't remember things. So anything can happen. This is why you have to do your due diligence to be there. And if you live far away, pay somebody $20, $30 for them to at least go 3 times a week for an hour. Somebody that you trust. Hire a CNA that you trust. You do interviews, and pay them something so that they can, hey, I went to see, your family member, your dad, your mom. I saw this, I saw the other, and just have them go there and feed them their dinner or give them a snack. But keep their eyes, be your eyes and ears if you're far away or you cannot make it, right? So people, a lot of patients in nursing homes, we know, they're there because they need the help. They're vulnerable, okay? A lot of the times they don't even know what's happening, and here's this is why you have to have compassion, because we're all getting old, okay? But no matter what, everybody's heading to an old age at some point in their life, right? And a lot of the time people are like, no, I'm gonna take care of this, and I'm gonna be, anything can happen, right? You can get on the subway and you can get, anything can happen. We drive our cars every single day. Anything can happen. So a lot of times we think nothing, we will never reach that level of a nursing home. And then, life is surprisingly, and that's what it is. So you have to have more compassion, okay? So this nurse, she's 41 years old, guys. 41-year-old nurse. Like, what is going on in this person's life? What happened to her when she was younger? That she not only gonna get a degree as a nurse, right? Nurses are supposed to be gentle, loving people. And, there are things, that you're called to do in life. And there are things that God calls you to do in life, right? And you can clearly see the difference, right? When you encounter people like that, you see the difference when somebody is there for the money and when somebody is there because they love what they do. Even on a bad day, you can tell when somebody's there for either the money or they're there because they're called to do a service like that, okay? This 41-year-old nurse worked at different nursing homes. And in that time, when there was not enough staff, and we know that's why I say check on your people, there's never enough staff, okay? Working at a nursing home is not a job that a lot of people like. The CNAs are overworked. You see it in their faces, okay? And if you have a patient who's difficult, rest assured that they're going to get the less care, because they're going to try to avoid that person to the last minute, basically, because they could be difficult, they can be combative. That's just the reality right now. It is heartbreaking, it is so sad, and we saw it during the pandemic, everything, right? So this person hired by this agency to work at nursing homes, to do the work of the Lord, right? I used to speak to a lot of the CNAs that work at my mom's nursing home. I'm like, your job is hard. Your job is hard labor, but you're doing the job of God. You're doing, your job is so admirable. It's so hard, but it's so admirable in the eyes of the Lord. Because I mean, to feed somebody who cannot feed themselves, to clean somebody who cannot do that for themselves, that's like compassion to the next level. That's being the hands and feet of Jesus. To wash somebody, to wait for them, to bring them to the restroom, to be compassionate with them, to feed them. Okay? Do I know? And not every CNA that I encounter, were great. Like I said, there are a lot of people who do it for the because they need a job, and others who do it and they do it because they're called to do it. That you see their compassion, okay? You see their caring. And this nurse, instead of having love and compassion, at 41 years old, whatever happened to her to be led to do something crazy like this, she used the opportunity that because, working overnight at a nursing home, there's not enough staff during the day. Imagine overnight. During that time, she will give, I mean, it's heartbreaking that these patients are waiting for their medication, and you instead of helping them feel better, you gave them an extra dosage of insulin to even make them worse. She admitted of doing this. She actually killed like five people, five patients, and this week she was sentenced to life in prison on this earth. Okay, God have mercy on her soul. I really hope that she comes to the feet of Jesus and asks for forgiveness. Let me read to you guys this article. This is crazy. It's crazy, guys. Um, a former nurse who killed at least three patients and tried to kill more than a dozen more at nursing home facilities across Pennsylvania has been sentenced to life in prison. The attorneys say in a statement, but one of the family members said that one of her victims, her real justice is just to come. Excuse me. It says here, Heather Presti pleaded guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder and 19 counts of criminal contempt to commit murder. She is 41 years old, and to avoid the death penalty, that's why she pleaded guilty to the 3 counts of first-degree murder. As part of a plea agreement, a Butler County judge sentenced Presti to 3 consecutive life sentences for the 3 counts of murder plus 380 to 760 years of consecutive incarceration for the 19 counts of criminal attempt to commit murder. They said, it says here, some of the victims' relatives gave impact statements in the court. The daughter of the victim, Irene Simmons, said, I'll never forgive you for what she did. It says here, Presti, that's her name, admitted to harming with the intent to kill the 19 patients ages 43 to 104. The Attorney General office said, according to a criminal complaint filed against the former nurse, she would often administer insulin during the low-staffed night shift hours while working the medicine cart at the facilities. The criminal complaint stated, Presti often took steps to ensure her victims would expire. She is so premeditated. Taking steps to ensure her victims would expire prior to shift change so that they wouldn't be sent to the hospital where her skin would be discovered after doing medical lab testing and testing such as peptide tests. I don't know how to pronounce that. It says here, the hefty sentence this week. A sister of the victim, Nicholas Symbol, said, there is no justice for this. She's pure evil. So I think I said earlier that she had killed five people. She actually just killed three, which is of course horrible. Um, it is crazy to me, you guys. That's why you have to be careful And this is just not a nursing home. People are going crazy. I remember years ago, okay, I remember years ago, there's a video that came out from Domino's Pizza, and they show employees just having fun, right? And doing crazy things and putting like nasty stuff on pizza and getting it ready to give it to the buyer. First of all, pray before you eat, anyways, right? Um, but it's just so crazy to see. That's why you have to be careful. And like I said, even now more than ever, because mental illness is at an all-time highs. And when I say that, is that a lot of people are dealing with stuff, right? A lot of people are being used by the enemy to commit crimes like that. You might call this your favorite restaurant, right? And whatever, like even but there was a video that came out this week. Some guy was delivering pizza, speaking of, right? And he gets on the elevator, man. This guy with the pizza in hand gets on the elevator and opens the pizza and starts picking at it and eating before going to deliver the pizza. Like, the love of many will grow cold. The level of compassion will grow cold. This is what you hear about cases like this, right? This is what you hear about the case that I came and spoke to you guys about yesterday, about the the man who killed his son, making him run on the treadmill. And then you see things like this, and people will be like, well, they need to put more supervision at a nursing home. Yeah, but this person was hired to do a job, right? She was trusted with those patients' life to make them feel better. They're already in a bad situation that they need 24/7 care, away from friends and family. A lot of the times, not even knowing where they are. And that's what you're gonna do? That's your calling in life. That's what you're gonna end at the end of your life. You're gonna come in front of God and say, I was a nurse and this is what I did. And you're gonna think that God is gonna be pleased with you? Like, seriously? Doing that to his children? Feeding them additional medicine that they don't need when you're supposed to be caring for them? And you think you're gonna get away with that? Like, delusion is at an all-time high. Delusion, like, people are just following along with the enemy, man. It's almost like, when you see kids, right? When you, like I told you guys before, my mom always had kids in the home. She was a babysitter for a long time. And you will see the youngest kids, like, when the minute they'll start crawling, where do you think they're gonna go? Straight to the power outlet. And we will have like the clips on it, right? Because she will prepare everything for them not to get hurt. But like, they know, you know, they even know that was bad, because the minute they will get to it, they'll look at it, try to touch it, and then turn around to make sure if you're washing, because they know it's a bad thing to do. They'll go straight for the power outlet and pause and kind of turn around to see if you're washing them, because they know they're not supposed to be touching that, even if it has the plastic covering thing for safety. It's almost like common sense. And this is a 41-year-old person. Common sense, right, will be like, that's not the right thing to do. You're doing something bad, because these days people know they can get away with things, they still do it, because they think that because they're hiding it from people, God is not watching any of that, right? Common sense will be like, I shouldn't do that. So premeditated, this person, because there's such a need in nursing homes, this person was able to get hired at multiple facilities in the same state in Pennsylvania. And she was able to get away with this because, she saw a loophole, I guess. Not a lot of people come to nursing homes at night. There's never enough people, so they're always going to need me. I'm always going to have a job because I like working overnights. But instead of seeing that something like, man, I'm always going to get a job, I'm going to be working in my profession that I went to school for. What a privilege, right? And this, she was given an opportunity to earn income. but she was harming patients, what she was hired to do, to care for the people. And just as every time she would walk into that room and probably get greeted by the patients there, because a lot of the patients that you see in nursing homes are so kind, right? They're always looking to say hi to you. They're always looking to smile at you. A lot of the times, they're lonely. They don't get to see their family too often. So when they see a different face, they're so kind and so thankful. And every time this nurse will go down that aisle with her medicine cart and probably get greeted by the patient and probably have small talks with them, and they probably were happy to see her coming because they're gonna feel better because they knew they were getting their medication. And this nurse at 41 years old, her purpose in life was to harm these patients. God have mercy on her soul, guys. I really hope that she comes to the feet of Jesus and asks for forgiveness. Let me know what you guys think about this. Have a good day, everybody. God bless.